It's going to be soO up against the Protoss. Yeah, soO's
Who
EVP.
is that Protoss? It is San.
Oh.
So it looks like San was the guy who was able to make it out of that loser's bracket finals.
Yeah, this is a fantastic match. So soO just went down to Byung. 1-2.
Yeah.
So playing some pretty interesting games. Very aggressive games from soO.
So one thing to keep a note, as we should keep this on file, this is basically do or die. If one player loses this, they are out. They will not qualify. If they win, they will qualify. So this is for all the marbles for these two players. They are really gunning it here.
Yeah, they have to win this match. And San, you know, very aggressive sort of Protoss. Some would say cheesy in some cases. And soO, we've seen his EVP all year long at Pro League, and he loves his mutas more than anything else, I feel, in this matchup, which can be a bit of a problem if he tries to go it once again, because they can be pretty hard counted. If we do see the Phoenix transition early on in the mid game from San.
Yeah. Gonna have to wait and see. I have these games ramped up and see exactly what soO wants to do. San so far are just actually going Nexus first.
Both players being very greedy. I think we're going to see soO go for the 2 hatch before pool as well. So both being supremely greedy. And it looks like we're seeing soO kind of just wait before he throws down that 3rd hatchery.
Yeah. Supreme greed in the works.
Supreme greed. Well, actually, the true supreme greed would be putting that 3rd base at the gold. But we're not going to see that, Brennan. We're not seeing that just yet.
That's actually
some people actually do that, man. It's actually it can happen.
Have you ever done that on ladder? Just
No.
like one time, you're just like, F it, I'm doing it. Like,
I
here we
do
go.
it. I do it if I get cannon rushed. Like I'll, it might be a place where I want to go. But,
you do it when it like kind of makes sense.
it kind of makes, yeah. I don't just do it. I mean, if we saw Lenok play in this tournament, he would be doing that.
Yeah.
Lenok's just a crazy kind of guy like that. But he makes it work so well. So, looks like San has scattered out. That soO was insanely greedy, going for that 2 hatch before pool.
Yeah, soO does the same.
soO does the same.
The timing of the gateway there.
Yeah, so like, okay, we're going to have a nice macro game. We're going to sit down and hash things out in a gentleman's sort of game.
Yeah. Gentleman's match. I guess we may, as is the way we do things here at the Qualifier, is that if there's like a crazy, very interesting like proxy game going on, we may switch to that sometime in the middle here.
I hope not, man, because soO vs San it's a matchup. It's a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, especially when these games matter so much. Like this is, like we said before, do or die for both of these players.
You have to win this. This is probably why we are seeing this kind of game as well. They want to play a bit safer, a bit more straight up. soO, his strength definitely lies in macro. We have seen him be very aggressive against these Terrans today, but generally speaking, he is fantastic in just a straight-up macro game. His macro is flawless, which is probably why he was the most successful Zerg this year. We are seeing 1 early gas for him as well, so he wants to get speed out at a reasonable time so he can take map control, can deal with any sort of proxy pylon, scout very well as hopefully crush any sort of aggression from San.
Yeah. Nice overlord positioning here. He's sending that second one towards the main base for the scout, possibly at around 6:30. Gonna send that right in. So far, soO just 1 queen here for the creep spreading. 2 lings at the front. And with that stalker going to the back, these 2 lings are actually gonna poke their heads in. There is a sentry blocking, so
yeah, it should be fine. We will not see that robo, which is the next probably important thing to figure out exactly what's going on.
Yeah, the position on that is so good.
Yeah, it's really hiding away. And we're seeing sentries being made, so I feel like we're going to see a sentry in War Prism sort of drop. I feel like that would be... Oh, no,
well,
all right.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right, never mind. All right, I was right.
Sal was listening to you. He's like, I think I'm going to go Immortals, but then Moonblade said,
like,
no, War Prism.
You just make so much more sense. Like, why am I
oh,
making
yeah,
Immortals?
that is better. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, and we're seeing spores, safety spores from soO, because soO has no idea what exactly is going on from this point.
Yeah.
And you know what? I kind of like the sentry drop. We can't see sentry drop into Immortal all-in. We can't see sentry drop into 3rd base. We are seeing Immortals built afterwards, so I feel like we are going to see that Immortal all-in off 2 base.
Yeah, this Warp Prism just slinking its way through the map.
Yeah, very nicely done. That Soldier just kind of seeing where everything is, kind of making sure it goes completely undetected until the very last second. And if he finds some decent economic damage here, he will be in a fantastic position for this Immortal in. Two queens though, in position.
Yep. Speed about to finish as well here. Going to be very nice in defending this.
+1 melee. No Roach Warren, which is going to be a bit of a problem against an Immortal all-in. If he gets enough Zerglings in a decent surround, just maybe he can make something work.
Yeah. So far, though, soO is actually fine to let those units harass at his third base. He actually wants to make sure there's no third base and possibly harass at the front here, go for a bit of a counterattack.
Yeah,
but
well, he just sees everything now. He's like, oh, like, I was going to go for a hardcore third base cancel with mass feeling, but you're going for Immortal in, so this is kind of awkward.
Yeah, he's got 45 links here. That +1 on the melee, like you were saying, it will definitely help out once he gets it, but
still a while off, which is the problem. And there's going to be a massive warp in of Zealots with these 4 sentries, which is going to be a huge problem as well.
Yeah, San's going up to 6 gates here. It's going to be so much warp and power off 2 bases here.
Yeah, you cannot do this with Lings alone. Like, unless the force fields are very bad, like, San should crush what soO has at the moment.
I mean, we've said it before, he's an aggressive player. He knows how to put down his force fields. Desperate spine crawlers are trying to be put down here. 2 queens get caught out, and the Lings in the back are totally being force fielded away here.
The spines are finishing though, which is going to help out a little bit, but there's simply just no way these Zerglings can get in. Well, now they can. But
they do get a decent surround and some Zealots in the back there.
I don't know, it's just not enough, man. We're not seeing enough damage getting done here.
The Roach Warren is out, but he's only got 4 roaches here. And again, that is just so much Protoss, so much energy on all of those sentries, able to force field those Lings away.
Yeah, this is not looking good whatsoever. Nice time warp, going to slow down any reinforcements coming towards them. And these Immortals have stayed alive so far. You might want to start using that warp prism to pick them up as they get focused on.
Yeah.
Slowly but truly, I think he's whittling away the Zerg. Though more and more roaches, so many roaches coming in from the left side.
You know, soO did have a decent economy. He was pretty low on workers, but he's had that third base for a long time here. And is he going to be able to do this? I don't know. The force fields are decent, and the 2 Immortals in the back, that's the key. They just never died, and they are doing so much damage to all these roaches. There's not enough tanking Lings in the front. It looks like soO will push them away for now.
Yeah, looks like he's running very, very low on energy on these sentries now. So, as I say that, 2 more force fields go down, claim a queen and a roach.
Yep, and more Warpins coming in here. San is committing to this heavily, spending all of his minerals and gas into trying to kill soO right now.
Yeah, there's no turning back from this. You have to kill. You have to kill. And I think he can. He has the composition. He has the very even supply. And look how many sentries that is.
Yeah, he's even warping in more.
Yeah. That is almost 16 sentries, man. What the hell? Like, and there's two Immortals are still alive too, which is the biggest thing of all.
Yeah.
Zerg's looking for that pylon, but it doesn't really matter because there is a warp prism. And once again, look where the roaches are. They're going to get zoned out from 3 force fields.
I think this hatchery is definitely going to go down. He could just focus it down if he wants, but he's just going to go for the army first. Cuts it straight in half there. Gets the hatchery as well. More Orphans of Zealots in the front to tank here. The Zerglings from behind trying to get some damage on the sentries, but again, it's just so much Protoss here. And more Warpins coming in out of 8 gateways with the hatchery down, and the 2 Immortals still alive to kill all of these roaches as they pop out. Looks like San is in a decent position here to take game number 1.
Yeah, he's in a perfect position, and just a little bit misread from soO. You know, assuming that San was going to go for that third base and going for a huge Ling sort of aggression style, but it just wasn't happening. He was going for an Immortal, in which you're going